Hello guys, good morning to you all today. Let us talk about a few more verses of Bhagavad Gita today. Kindly listen to what I am saying and my analysis of these verses, and please put in your comments and opinions on that so that we can join my analysis and your expert comments and opinions together for our mutual good. Here, Lord Krishna explains to Arjuna that there are two famous paths to self-realization. They are the path of knowledge, also called Sankyhya, and the path of action, which is called yoga. Here, Lord Krishna tells Arjuna that he must try to be a yogi, because he says that the benefit of action as a yogi is equal to the benefit that one gets from the Sankhya path of knowledge. In other words, if one gets the benefit from one path, he automatically gets the benefit from the other path. He tells Arjuna that he should learn to do all his actions for God alone. Here, I'll tell you about what God says. He says that initially there is the Supreme God. From the Supreme God comes Brahma. Brahma lives on sacrifice. For sacrifice, one has to do actions. When the actions are done, sacrifice is produced. This sacrifice nourishes the demigods. In return, the demigods who are satisfied with such nourishment give water, air, sunshine, moonshine, etc. to the living entities. With these resources, food is produced. The food is produced because of the rains, the sunshine, the moonshine, the air, etc. When the food is produced, it is the one that nourishes the living entities. When the living entities are nourished by this food, they again do actions to satisfy Brahma and the demigods through their sacrifice. Lord Krishna tells Arjuna that when the passion mood of greed and anger and lust hits a living entity, he does all action for himself and not for the sacrifice. Here he says that the anger, the greed, etc., the minus negative qualities have their seat in the living entity's mind-body complex, in his senses, mind, and intelligence. If that happens, this person becomes short-sighted and selfish, and he or she does all actions not for sacrifice or to appease the demigods, the gods and Brahma, but for himself. In that case, he lives on sin. Lord Krishna tells Arjuna that one who is wise should not only do some action, but he or she should engage the common living entity, the common man or woman, in action for sacrifice for God, so that all can be very happy. He says that the gross body is inferior to the senses. The senses are inferior to the mind, astral body. The astral body of mind is inferior to the intelligence. The intelligence is inferior to the soul. The soul is inferior to the super soul. So, the self means super soul plus the soul. Here one should remember that he or she must not allow the negative qualities born out of passion like anger, greed, avariciousness, illusion, etc. to occupy his or her senses, mind and intelligence, but he should or she should always try to do actions for the sake of God, demigods and Brahma. And in that process, through the sacrifice, he or she will benefit from the abundance of material provided by the demigods for the sake of the living entity. Thank you.